Hey everybody, welcome to Randy's writing catch-up stream. I did not do much writing when I was at Fears' place. I only wrote about 400 words. Right now, where I'm at, I need 2,037 words to catch up. So I'm going to be doing some writing sprints. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat when you have them. There's 3 people watching now, and I'm going to write for 25 minutes, and then I am going to be taking a 15-minute break for Q&A. Let me see. Let me show this. Bam, right there. So if anybody has any questions, leave them right there. Again, I'm going to do 25-minute breaks. Shout out to Stacks in the chat. Thank you, Stacks, for coming in and checking this out. And I'm going to start in a few minutes. We'll see if anybody else gets in the chat. Let's see if anything else is going on. And yeah, I got to catch up. 2,000 words isn't actually a lot. I've done like 3,338 words in one day. So, it's not too much to catch up on. Again, I'm going to be doing 5 25-minute sprints, and then I'm going to do 5 15-minute Q&A sessions. Mercenary Man is say, hey, Randy, what are you writing? I'm writing my second novel. It is a murder mystery called Theater Nerds. The theater nerds in the high school, they start dropping off like flies, and that's it. Hey, Randy, going to bed. Just wanted to check in. Have a good stream. Thank you, the dude. Have you considered using Blender for your animations? It's free software and runs on most PCs. I don't know. I'll check it out, Stacks. But so that is enough of the intros. I got my 2 monsters to keep me going throughout the day, or throughout the night, I guess. And I got 26 minutes on the block. We're going to go. Oh, no, I put 27. We'll just hit that right there. Try to make it so y'all can see it. There it is. All right. And I am going to hit that. And I'm going to start right now. And in 27 minutes, here, let's make this so it's... Let's make this so it's 25 minutes. I don't want you guys to wait 26 minutes. Damn it. All right, 25 minutes on the clock, and I will be with you shortly. So, here we go. All right. I'm going to give us 15 minutes to chat it up. And now I'm going to answer some questions. Bam, let me put that right there, just like that. Okay, so let's see what everybody's saying. It's mostly for 3D animations. Yeah, I've heard of Blender. I've heard of that before. I'll try to learn it. I'm not going to do it this year because I got a lot of stuff to do. But what's cool is I don't have anything to do Tuesday and Wednesday. So even if I don't get caught up here, I can still get caught up during Tuesday and Wednesday. So, but hopefully I'm going to get caught up right now. I have 43,714 words. I need to be at 45,009. So, oh, hold on, wait. Yep. Let me do that. Bam. Okay. Would you ever consider getting Fears in on one of these? I feel it's one of the only ways to get him working. Keep writing on The Lonely Ghost. Yeah, I could get him in on one of these. Maybe him and I could do a like little little writing session. You probably have to somehow check his progress to make sure he's not slacking off and just watching YouTube the whole time or something. Left my ass off. Quattro Bagina, hi. Hey, Quattro, just in time for his first break. I think Fears is small enough to fit in a blender. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. All right. There we go. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Quattro. Shout out to Mercenary Man. Shout out to Stack. Shout out to the dude. Shout out to StreamYard. So yeah, this is the first break. Y'all are in just in time. I'm gonna crack open a cold one. Let me see. I only have about 1,300 words to go. So I'm off at a pretty good clip. Let me see. So if y'all have any questions, leave it in there. So yeah, this is your time for questions, guys. So don't squander it. I mean, I'm either gonna go for 4 more writing sprints or until I hit 45,009. So if you got any questions, leave them in there now, and I'll get to them as soon as you type them. Otherwise, when I get back into the 25-minute writing sprint, I'm going to be writing. So, so yeah, let me see. 45,009 minus 43,714. Bam. Only 1,295 words left. It's a good clip. Do you like writing night or day more? Quattro, I definitely like writing at night more, because writing at night, there's not a lot of people to bother me. Mostly nobody calls at night. I got the night completely free. Usually mom is sleeping by 2 or 3. So writing at night, again, I like to write in silence. And then if I want to write with music, I tend to write music that would be in the story, so like if it's an 80s story, I listen to 80s music. If it's like set in medieval times, I'll listen to medieval music. If it's something dark and scary, I'll listen to like the Batman soundtrack or the Edward Scissorhands soundtrack. Or if it's supposed to take place in the future, I'll listen to some trance or techno. But I'm writing in silence right now, and I like writing in silence mostly. And then again, yeah, at night is really best, because again, there's not a lot of interruptions at night. There's nobody calling me nonstop, and usually telemarketers and all those people don't call during the night. I shouldn't say that. Then somebody will call right now. Yeah, I only asked since I turned into a stream since I saw you were on. Remember, you said something about doing some writing recently, but I somehow doubt that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, definitely at night is my favorite. And I wrote a good chunk today. I mean, when I earlier today I was at like 38,000, and now I'm at 43,000. So I've written my ass off today. And one thing that I notice helps me is I get a lot of my flashes of inspiration during certain times. Like usually when I shower, I get inspiration. When I go walking, I got inspiration. When I'm driving, I get inspiration. And when I'm sitting in the massage chairs at the mall, I get inspiration. So I'm trying to do a lot of that. That's why I went out walking today so I could get some ideas coming, and eventually, and as soon as went out and started walking, the ideas just started to hit me. I had the idea for the next three chapters, as it's like bam, 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 bam. You got to find what inspires you, and you've got to find the key to getting your ideas, and where and when and how you get your best ideas. And then also, this is a big one. One of the things that makes me want to write, and what really inspires me, is reading movie scripts and reading novelizations. Those both really super inspire me. Um, and I read a lot of screenplays. Again, I've got the Avengers Part One. I got that script. I got the Avengers Endgame script. And then I'm working on reading Dan Brown's Origin. And I am also working on reading a friend of mine's work. Her name is Sarah Cage, and she wrote a few novels, and I've been reading that as inspiration. And then also I've got a writers group coming up this Thursday. So Tuesday and Wednesday I don't have anything to do except I've got to fill up the air on the tires. But other than that, I have nothing to do Tuesday or Wednesday. On Thursdays, the writers group. Thursday writers group, I'm going to bringing in my play, which I have a playhouse interested in. It's going to be either called I'm a Genius, You're a Genius, or Sherlock Holmes meets Albert Einstein. And yeah, you just got to find out. You got to find out what inspires you and what sparks your creativity. And I know what sparks my creativity and my inspiration. So I try to do those and work on those a lot. Uh, what do you do when you get an idea? Do you write it down, try fleshing it out, or just keep a mental note of it till you start writing? I have a memory system that I use that allows me to pretty well remember my notes. When I'm walking, I don't have a notepad or anything with me, so I've got to keep the notes mentally. And I had the idea for four chapters. Basically, there's people going door to door witnessing, and then the next one is there's a murder at the high school, and then the next one there's an assembly, and I'm writing the assembly right now. And then after that, the one of the main characters proposes prom to the other main character. So though I've already done the witnessing one, trying to work some of the Jehovah's Witness in there. Just is a little, you know, I am a Jehovah's Witness, so I know a lot about it, and I think it'd be cool to like slip a little of that in there. But yeah, I already wrote that scene, and then I'm writing the assembly scene right now, and so wrote the Jehovah's Witness scene, wrote the murder scene, writing the assembly right now, and then the next scene is where the main character proposes prom to the next character. So basically, for it's going to be on a Friday that Alex Hawkins proposes the prom to the lead character, and I got a cool way that he's going to do it. I don't want to spoil it right now. I want you all to read the book and find out how he does it that way. But it's going to be a cool little reveal. And again, it was only 4 scenes, so I can remember 4 scenes pretty easy, and I think you're gonna give yourself a chuckle when you find out how he does it and why he does it, and it'll be good. And I don't mean proposes prom. He's not proposing. Let's have a prom. He's asking the girl he loves out to prom, and again, I've got a pretty smooth, pretty sneaky way of doing it. I think you'll like it. I really do. So, yeah, 4 minutes left until the next session. So, drop your stuff in the chat. Let me know what's going on. Now, just to let you know, this is a challenge for a challenge called NaNoWriMo, and it stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it is in November. You can do it any month of the year, but November is the official month for this challenge. Again, it's a challenge, not a contest. And you're like, Randy, what's the difference between a challenge and a contest? In a contest, there are prizes, like first place, second place, third place, first runner up, second runner up. This is a challenge. There are no prizes. It's just a challenge to see if you can go the distance. And, there is kind of a prize because at the end you have a book, and if you complete the challenge, you complete the book. And basically what you do is November has 30 days in it. So, and you're supposed to write 1,667 words a day. And at the end of the 30 days, it's supposed to be by 50,010 words. And again, that's a short novel. It's not technically a novel. It's more of a novella. But it's also kind of like a test of your wits and a test of your ability and your discipline and stick-to-itiveness. And it's really fun. I've done it before. I think Every Day is Magic may have been one of my NaNoWriMo entries. I think I may have done it not on a day of no. I don't think I did it in the month of November, but it was cool. I think most people are focused on another challenge in November. Is there another challenge in November? What other challenges in November are there? Yeah, well, yep. What other challenges in November are there? Is there a big contest or something? Let me know, Mercenary Man. So we got about 1 minute left on the clock. Again, if you want to get your questions answered in the next minute, you got to put it in real quick because as soon as this hits 0, I'm going to start another 25-minute sprint. And I've been going on along at a good clip. Again, I've got about 1,300 words to go. So either one of two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to hit 45,009 words and then I'm going to quit, or I'm going to do 4 more writing sprints. N. I don't know what that is. I'll look it up later. So yeah, got 50 more seconds to go. And yeah, so either two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to hit the word count, or I'm going to go for 4 more sprints, and that'll be it. I got my 2 energy drinks to help me get going through the night. And when I finish up, I will have caught myself up on the days that I wasted at Fear's. Not wasted. I will catch up on the days I missed writing at Fear's house. We just had so much stuff to do. Fears and I. So he took me to Olive Garden. That was good. I had a nice spaghetti dinner. Had a really nice chat with the waitress. She was really nice. And oh, here we go. So I'm going to put 25 minutes on the clock. Going to start and going to start the new writing sprint. So again, this is the second writing sprint. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, and I will get back to you very soon. And I will talk to you in a bit. Oh, 2:30, y'all. 2:30. That was the alarm to wake me up just in case I fell asleep and forgot to do the stream. So. Okay. Let's do this. Bam. All right. Save. Okay. I'm going to put 15 minutes on the board. Bam. And there you go. So we got 15 minutes of question Q&A. So let's see here. Most people, sup. Hope the writing goes well. What's up, Bears Vlog? Do you record all of your writing sessions so that you don't get accused of using an AI writer? No, Quattro. Actually, this is just happened this month, but as of November, if you put out a book on Kindle or if you put a book out on KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, you have to state explicitly that you used AI to write it, if in fact you did use AI to write it. No, I just use these streams to keep me accountable and to make sure that I keep going and keep my word and keep doing what I'm doing. But no, now if you publish a book on KDP, you have to announce that you used AI if you used AI. I don't use AI. Everything that is in this book is from my own head. So no, I'm not worried about being accused of using AI. Do you use an alarm clock every day? I don't use an alarm clock every day, but when I write, I do. Usually I try to break it up. I use the Pomodoro method, and the Pomodoro method is a way of scheduling your tasks. And basically, it's doing what I do here. So, using the Pomodoro method, you write for 25 minutes, then you take a 15-minute break, then you write for 25 minutes, take a 15-minute break, and do that, for about like 5 sessions. And that is basically my writing workload for the day. So that's basically how I write and break up my sessions. Because if you try to write everything in one like long 3-hour slog, you're gonna get bogged down, you're gonna get tired, and you're going to get burned out. The Pomodoro method keeps you from getting burnt out. And the reason they call it the Pomodoro method is because the original Pomodoro method uses a timer that's shaped like a Pomodoro tomato. I don't care for those timers. I like these timers. These timers actually have a technology called always on technology, which is what I call energy wasting technology. That's what I think the real technology is called. But yeah, I've got these 2 timers, and I try to do what I call a PACE plan. The military has this thing called the PACE plan, and the PACE PACE stands for Primary, Alternate, Contingency, Emergency. So if I really need to do some writing, I'll set one of these as my primary. I'll set another one as my alternate. I'll send my my alarm clock as the contingency. And then if I really wanted an emergency plan, I would have one of my friends call me to check up on me and make sure that I'm doing my writing and that I'm keeping my word. So yeah, that's basically the PACE plan in a nutshell. So primary, alternate, contingency, emergency. And that's one of the things that the Navy SEALs are known for. And the Navy SEALs, when they have to do a big move, like to another country or into enemy territory, they not only have one contingency, but it is the Navy SEAL way to have at least 2 contingencies for every big movement that they have. And I don't mean bowel movement, just let you know. But yeah. So that's my PACE plan right there. And I do use an alarm clock for many of my activities. Like when I'm cleaning my room, I use the Pomodoro method as well. So, and it doesn't have to be 25 minutes and 15 minutes. Depending on how long a break you want or how long you want to work, it might be 30 minutes and a 5-minute break, or it might be 25 minutes and a 15-minute break, or 25 minutes and an hour-long break and only 2 sprints. So it really depends on your own preferences and what you have going. So that's good, Randy. Always good to have a pace plan. Yep. There you go. I learned that from this book called Small Unit Tactics. I've been reading that book, and there are some knowledge bombs in that book. Here, I'll show it to you. It's a really good book. I'll show you the pace plan, or I'll show you the book while I'll show you the book while I'm taking the break. So I bought like 20 of these like $5,000 bills just to give out to people and have fun. And I find they work really good as bookmarks. This book was $37. I think it was worth every penny. It's a really good book. It's called Small Unit Tactics, and it's written by the Navy SEALs, and it's basically, small unit tactics, how to maneuver and how to get a group going, how to coordinate a SEAL team or a fire team as they call it. And the fire teams are they're pretty cool. Lots of stuff in here, lots of wisdom, lots of and I study the Navy SEALs, and I study SWAT teams and FBI and the CIA, because they do have a lot of tactics that can be applied to Cameo Man. And I want Cameo Man to be as authentic and as real as possible. And if Cameo Man was operating a small fire team, he would know what to do, And again, Small Unit Tactics, good book. It's $37, which is kind of pricey for a book, but as you can see, there's lots of illustrations and diagrams and high quality photos and color photos. And the book is a glossy cover, and the pages are glossy as well. It's a really great book. Lots of useful information. Expensive, but again, worth it. I'd give this book 5 stars. This is one of the best books that I've read in the last 5 years, to tell the truth, to be honest. One of the best books that I've seen in quite a long time. So, is this where the Navy SEAL video game from? No, this is not tied to any video game. But it does talk about FTX, which is field training exercises. It's good for, if you're operating a paintball team and you need to know how to maneuver. That's good if you want to know where you're doing when the shit hits the fan. Yeah, and that's another reason too, mercenary man. And you're a mercenary, so you should be down with all this, And again, there's lots, even though it's a book on fire team, it's a military book, but there's a lot of principles and a lot of stuff that is applicable to everyday situations. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of like organizational tactics that you can not only use in fire teams, but you can use these tactics in your normal, average, everyday life. One of the acronyms that I learned is METTC, and it stands for or METTC, and that stands for mission, enemy, terrain and weather, troops available, time, and civilians. And that is the acronym that the SEAL teams use to plan their missions And whenever, and what's cool is I'm watching like a lot of SEAL videos in retrospect, and a lot of these tactics are used uh, in a lot of those movies. So it's fun to go back and see. Oh well, yeah, they were using the METTTC in this and that and this. There was one movie with Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez a long time ago. It was called Navy SEALs. And Charlie Sheen played a really crazy, wily guy. I remember they were driving down the road, and Charlie Sheen's character jumps out of the car off the bridge like 100 feet down into the river. And whoever did the stunt work on that did an amazing job, because that looked like it was a hell of a dangerous stunt. And it really got the personality quirk of the wild character. Uh, are you AI generated? Yes, I totally am. I am AI generated. As you can tell, my voice doesn't sound like the real Randy. Is Spheres AI generated? I think a better question would be is when is Spheres not AI generated? So yeah. I mean, Fears has the same sayings and slogans, and he actually does talk a little bit like a AI generated voice, But yeah, so we have 3 minutes left. I'm shocked. LOL. Yeah, right. We have 3 minutes left on the clock. Let me see how many words I have left. So my goal, if I get to 45,009 words, I will have reached my goal for the next 4 hours. So let me subtract 44 0. Oh, it's 4404 equals 605 words left. I guarantee you I'll be done in the next I can almost guarantee you I'll be done in the next writing sprint, and then I will be all caught up. So my plan worked. I can do 600 words on my sleep. I'll definitely be done, and I will be caught up, and then you and I can both go to bed. Not together. I've just so I just want to let you all know, in a video coming up, me and Fears watched Chris Angel for a long time. Usually Doe says, hi Randy, I hope you're doing well. Wow. Hey Randy, who inspired you to become a magician? Simon Baker from The Mentalist. I'll tell you right now, one of the things that I liked about the Mentalist is that he was always calm and cool and collected in every situation. And, in 2011, my mom got the book How to Be a Mentalist, Secrets from the Hit TV Show by Simon Winthrop. That book is amazing. I give it 10 stars out of 5. That book is amazing, and it has taught me so many things. There's so much to learn from that book. If you want to be a mentalist, if you want to be a magician, definitely check out Secrets of the Mentalist, or How to Be a Mentalist, Secrets from the Hit TV Show by Simon Winthrop. Amazing, amazing, amazing book. There's so much stuff in there. So eventually I started going around doing magic. And the thing that really got me back into magic, I kind of like cooled off in like 2011, 2012. But when I came back in 2013, my mom took me to Books A Million, and she had me waiting around for a long time. So I checked out the magic aisle, and there was this book called 101 Magic Tricks for Kids by Barb Whiter, and I took this book home, started reading it, and I was like, wow, this this book isn't just for kids. A lot of these tricks are impressive for adults too. So I started doing a lot of those tricks, and then I did the Magic Hooters vlog, and people loved that. And I was like, you know what, this is something I like doing. And then a little bit later, I got paid $20 for one of my magic tricks, and it kept going. And I was like, damn, I can make a living off this. So okay, so I only have 600 words left. I'm pretty sure I can cap it off in this sprint. So we shall see. Again, if I don't get to 600, I might do another writing sprint. But here we go. I'm going to start and going up. Hold on. Wait a minute. Got to set this. Okay, so one more writing sprint, and I think we shall be done for the day, or for the morning or evening or whatever this is. So there we go. Let me put that right there. All right. So go get them. Usually does says, why not together normalize sleeping with the homies? Yeah, right. Thanks for the answer. You're welcome. So here we go. We're on chapter 25 now. Bam. Then I will be caught up. Okay, so I have actually hit my word count. I am going to put 20 minutes on the clock. And if any of you have any questions, let me know. I'm just going to put in, going to set myself up for tomorrow. I'm on chapter 26 now. So hold on. And bam, done. Done for the day. So let me go. I've got, my goal was 45,009 words. I have 45,047 words. So I'm going to save this. Going to go to review, word count, bam. 222 pages so far. Do this, bam, and close that, exit out. Okay, I am caught up. That wasn't such a chore. That was not a big chore at all. So now I'm finally caught up. I can go to sleep. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there. Open. All right, post. Bam. And I'm done for the day. So this will be you know what? Here, I'll just click that off. And then if y'all have any questions, let her rip. That's my last sprint for tonight. I'm done. It's 3:24 in the AM. I did a good job. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for hanging out. Usually Doe says, go get them. Thanks for the answer. Randy, what is your experience listening to music while you write? Woo, you did it. Yeah. What is my experience of listening to music while I write? Well, I'll tell you usually, Doe. I usually don't listen to music when I write. I do sometimes, but very rarely, because I find that when I listen to music when I write, some of the lyrics and some of the ideas creep into my work. You know, like, I mean, I was listening to music while I write like a week ago, and I just remember that the lyrics were something like "Hey, hey, hey," and then I noticed, like, as I was typing, I was actually writing "Hey, hey, hey." So yeah, so sometimes the lyrics and the story of the songs leak in to my story, and I don't want that to happen. Plus, I've also noticed that if it's a really high tempo song, that I'll start writing faster, and when I write really faster, I make a lot of mistakes. So I try not to write with music on most of the time, and I try not to write with high tempo music because, again, it makes me write fast, and when I write fast, I make a lot of mistakes. So that is basically my experience with music as I write. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah. Haha, that's kind of funny. Yep. So there we go. I'm all caught up. Good night, everyone. Good night, D-Man. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for coming over. Again, there will be some D-Man. Though that familiar eagle will be flying in the background of Fierce Man 5, D-Man, just to let you know. So, yep. I'm actually going to set up the timer again and give you all 15 more minutes to go. And then I'll hang it up at the end of the 15 minutes. So, yeah, that has been my experience with writing. I think I did a video on, I don't know if I did the video on music while writing, because that is a question that lots of people ask me. Lots of people ask me that. And there's 5 things you can listen to when you write. I'll do like a little mini blog on this. So number 1, the thing I prefer is not to listen to anything, to just write in silence. The second thing, my second favorite option is to listen to music that fits the vibe of what I'm writing. Again, if I'm writing something set in the 80s, I listen to 80s music. You know, if I'm writing something really scary or something horrific, I like to listen to, like, you know, the Friday the 13th soundtrack or the Batman soundtrack. The third option is to listen to ambience, which is white noise, which is like, you know, raindrops or like, you know, a river running or like a fire crackling. The fourth option is ambient music. Ambient music is techno music that's very slow, calming. And then the last option, which I think is the least best, is there are a lot of ambient music from movies with sounds of the movies. Like there's to give you an example, there's a Gotham Street Sounds video that has music from the Dark Knight trilogy, and it plays really long, and they've got like a 3-hour long mix. So sometimes I'll listen to that. But I'll tell you, my favorite out of all of them is nothing. Just to write in silence. You know, to hear the sounds of the keyboard as I clack, 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 type. You know, I heard you have a playhouse looking at your script. That sounds pretty cool. What script is it? Usually, Doe, this script, I have 2 tentative titles. The first title could be called I'm a Genius, You're a Genius. And the second title that I'm thinking about is Albert Einstein meets Sherlock Holmes. Basically, what it's about, they love the concept. The concept is about a man who is clinically insane. He thinks he's Sherlock Holmes. And his next door neighbor moves in, and his next door neighbor is also a little bit wacky and thinks he's Albert Einstein. The guy actually isn't Sherlock Holmes. The guy actually is an Albert Einstein. But they meet up together, and the landlord is threatening to kick them both out. So they decide to write a book, and that's all I can say about that. And I think it's a good concept. And the reason I came up with this concept is I saw Oppenheimer, and I was really disappointed at the way they handled Oppenheimer and Albert Einstein, because I really don't feel like their genius and their brilliance came across in the script. And I am going to be doing my damnedest to make sure that Sherlock Holmes and Albert Einstein really get their dues. Oppenheimer is not going to be anywhere in it, but the Sherlock Holmes character is convinced that his landlord is Moriarty. It's going to be this is going to be one of my breakout plays, because nobody in the play is under 50. I'm writing it for 3 elderly men and 3 elderly women, because that's the cast that is going to be that's the cast at the Playhouse. So it's going to be cool, and I really want their brilliance, Albert Einstein and Sherlock Holmes' brilliance, to come across in this play. And I think I got a really good first act. It's going to be about a 30-minute play. and I think it'll go over well. Brilliance was taken for granted in their circle. Nice, man. I'm really excited for you. That's awesome. Yeah. And I'm going to finish the play sometime in December. But my top priority right now is the book and getting that done. Now, as soon as I finish the book on December 3rd, I am going to be sending it out to a beta reader, and I'm going to get some criticisms. Hopefully they don't tear it to shreds. I mean, for the most part, I'm writing it as I go along. But, Quattro Bagina says, can't wait for the new books. Thank you, Quattro. Quattro, just let you know, I know you hated the matte finish of the Little Memory book. The novel will have a glossy finish, just like Every Day is Magic. So don't think that I don't listen to you. I listen to you. The next book is going to have a glossy finish. So there you go. And Quattro, I hope you're well. Hope you're doing okay. Hope your health is getting better. And I hope you, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I hope you get better, and hope you stick around to review my new book. Thank you. I'm doing okay. Good. Yeah. So we got 8 more minutes. If anybody else has any comments, let her rip. When it gets down to 0, that will be the end of the stream. Live viewers. So there we go. Am I coming in okay? Because it looks like doesn't look like I'm choppy. It looks like the internet is going in and out. Oh no, it just went away for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. You sound good. Okay, good. Yeah. So again, after I get the 50,000 words done, I'm going to be sending it off to a beta reader on Fiverr. Again, I'm going to have to put a note. I'm really plotting this thing by the seat of my pants. And what if you're a professional writer, is that there are basically 2 types of writers. There are plotters and pantsters. Plotters are people who outline their book before they start writing it. And pantsters are people who make it up as they go along. Now, both Lee Child and Stephen King are pantsters, which means they just start writing and they see where the story takes them. But I've heard this theory that, like Stephen King and Lee Child wrote the Jack Reacher series. I heard the reason that Lee Child and Stephen King can write by the seat of their pants is because they already have structure ingrained in their brain. Like they already know like the hero's journey and the story circle, and they've already got that like ingrained in their brain because they've been doing it for so long, that Stephen King and Lee Child can just instinctively plot to like the specific structure in their head, and that's why they can do it by the seat of their pants. For this, for this book, I outlined 30 chapters, and I was planning to write a chapter a day for about for 4 or 5 pages per chapter. And I did do a 30 chapter outline where I said chapter 1, and then I had a 1-sentence description, and then chapter 2, 1-sentence description, chapter 3, 1-sentence description. But one thing you've got to realize about outlines is outlines are it's tentative. You don't want to be a slave to your outline, because if you're a slave to your outline, it takes all the fun out of it, takes all the joy out of writing it. I like to be surprised by my own writing as I write it. So I did a 30 chapter outline with, 1 sentence for each chapter. But again, you don't want to be a slave to your outline. If you do, it's going to turn into drudgery. You don't want your writing to be drudgery. And if you're not having fun in writing it, you're reader is probably not going to have fun reading it. So basically, I've kind of gone in a totally different direction for chapters 22 on forward. And again, I got some of my ideas for the next 4 chapters as I was walking, because again, you got to find what inspires you. Again, walking inspires me, driving inspires me, taking a hot shower inspires me, and sitting in the massage chairs and the walls inspired me. So I do all that, and again, reading scripts also helps me out. Do you think Stephen King would be popular if he wrote in the 1800s? Well, I don't think I can answer that hypothetical because it would never happen. I mean, Stephen King reminds me a lot of Edgar Allan Poe. And I think Stephen King was probably influenced by Poe. A lot of famous people were. A lot of people know that Sylvester Stallone was a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe. Sylvester Stallone, in his early life, had a lot of time, and he spent a lot of time at the library, and he had a lot of problems, and he had a lot of troubles. And he said someone had this book laying on the table, and he just opened it and started reading it, and it was Edgar Allan Poe. And he said, Poe got me out of my own head and into his world. And he said he was really inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's work. And, it sparked his writing. And what a lot of people don't realize is that, Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky. He didn't just, he wasn't just a star. He wrote it. And he was watching a fight between Rocky Marciano and another boxer. And Sylvester Stallone said he was so empowered and so juiced up by what he saw that fight that night that he sat down at his typewriter and he banged out the entire script in a day, which is insane. I've done a script in a day twice, and let me tell you, that's no joke. You get haggard and run down, and by the end of it, you want to collapse. But it is possible to write a screenplay in a day, and that was the screenplay for Rocky. Yep. Have you watched any new TV shows lately? You talk about those massage chairs. That's a really interesting source of inspiration. Yeah. I'll get to Quattro's question in a second. The massage chairs in the mall are fantastic. If you slip $20 in there, it will massage you for an hour. And again, when I'm walking, I'm relaxed. When I'm taking a shower, I'm relaxed. When I'm in the massage chairs, I'm relaxed. And when I'm driving alone, I'm relaxed. And most of my best ideas come when I'm just chill and relaxing. And when I'm in the massage chairs, I am really effing relaxed. So yeah. And so that's what really keeps me going. Have you ever gotten an actual massage? Yes, I've gotten an actual massage 3 times before. Fantastic, amazing. But I am very self-conscious of my body, and usually when you go to get a professional massage, you got to take off all your clothes. I ask them if I can keep my underwear on, but they usually just drape a towel over your groin area. But I am very self-conscious of my body. Plus, a real massage is like $1 per minute. So the massage chairs are like, probably like $3 per minute. But an actual professional massage will run you anywhere from $60 to $110. I don't have that kind of money right now, and that's exorbitant spending. So I'm not going to do that. But again, the massage chairs, oh my God, if you ever have a chance for these. Now, what a lot of people don't know is back in the olden days, like when I was in my teens, those massage chairs were totally for free. They had them out front in the furniture store, and you could stay in those things for like however long you wanted to. Now, me and my mom never spent more than 2 or 3 hours in the mall. So, and I would always, go into the electronics and the Sharper Image and look at like VR headsets and stuff like that. I want to get to Quattro's question right now. Uh, I've been watching some of Justice League. I've been watching, let's see, what was it? Been watching some of more Rick and Morty and stuff like that. But yeah, um, I have been watching a new show, but I can't think what it is. I think Ernest Hemingway say he got the idea from Whom the Hill Pulls while getting a massage. Well, there you go. And this novel's title might be a play on For Whom the Bell Tolls. I've got several ideas. Tentatively right now, the novel is called Nothing Can Prepare You. I think that title is taken, and I really want my title to be original. So when somebody types it into Amazon, they only get one hit instead of like a ton of other hits. Like a female author that I know personally that goes to my writers group, she has a book out, but the title of her book is very commonplace. And I typed in the title of her book, and there's like 18 other books with the exact same title. So I really want to find a title that has not been used. So it's probably going to have to be something long, like maybe 5 to 7 words long. And but yeah. So there you go. That's all for tonight. I'm tired. It's 3:43 now. I'm going to say good night. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you for usually, though. Thank you to Quattro Bagina. Thank you to Mercenary Man. Thank you to D-Man. Thank you to Stacks for showing up. Thanks to Fears Vlogs. Thanks to the dude. And thanks to StreamYard. And my name is Randy Brown for Cameraman 2021 in the Mayor of Magic. And I will see you later, alligator. All right.